Channel message.
There is a particular kind of discouragement that comes from working towards something meaningful while the people around you behave as though it does not exist. You can tell them what you are building and they barely respond. You can accomplish something and the room goes quiet. You share an idea you are excited about and somehow the subject changes. They can find enthusiasm with everybody else's plans, everybody else's business, everybody else's accomplishments. But when it comes to you, suddenly encouragement becomes scarce. Some of them walk away mid-sentence, right? And after enough of that, you can start questioning the goal instead of questioning the environment. Do not do that. Someone else's inability to acknowledge what matters to you does not determine whether it matters. People respond to your ambition through whatever is already happening inside them. Sometimes your movement reminds someone of what they stopped pursuing. Sometimes watching you take yourself seriously confronts a part of them that has been negotiating with their own potential for years. Sometimes there is envy, sometimes resentment. Sometimes they simply decided a long time ago who you were allowed to be. And your current life keeps violating the version of you they became comfortable with. You do not have to diagnose which one it is. Their internal conflict is not your assignment. The danger begins when their reaction becomes your mirror. You start lowering your expectations because nobody around you seems impressed. You stop mentioning what you are working on because the response makes you feel foolish. You hesitate before investing in yourself because people you respect are not validating the direction. Eventually, you can abandon something God placed in you simply because you kept presenting it to people who were never capable of recognizing it. That is giving the wrong audience too much authority. Some things have to be protected while they are still becoming, not hidden from shame, protected from unnecessary interference. There is a difference. A seed does not need an audience underground. It needs the right conditions to develop roots strong enough to support what will eventually be visible. Your goals can be like that. Everybody does not need an early vote. Everybody does not need behind the scenes access. Everybody does not need to understand why you are taking a course, starting a business, changing careers, creating something, moving somewhere new, rebuilding your finances, or pursuing a vision that currently makes sense to only you. There are seasons when too much explanation drains energy that should be going into execution. Let the work receive that energy instead. And be careful about measuring support only through words. Some people will never clap for you because clapping will require admitting that you became something they did not expect. You can stand directly in front of them with evidence of growth and they will still search for a way to make it ordinary. That does not make your growth ordinary. It reveals the limitation of the observer. A person can refuse to look at gold. The gold does not become dirt. They can walk past something valuable every day because they do not know how to recognize it, because acknowledging it makes them uncomfortable, or because they already decided it cannot possibly come through you. Its value remains unchanged. The same applies to what you are building. You do not need to perform importance until someone grants it to you. Treat your own life like it matters before the world gives you permission. Take your work seriously. Honor your ideas. Develop your skill. Learn what you need to learn. Correct what needs correcting. Become better at carrying the vision instead of spending that time wondering why somebody never liked the post, asked about the project, came to the event, shared the business, or acknowledged how hard you have been working. Those things can hurt. They can hurt real bad. They still do not deserve control over your direction. There is freedom in realizing that some people may never support the life you are becoming. Not because the life is wrong. It's because your growth is happening outside the role they assigned you. Let them adjust or let them remain where they are. You do not have to shrink while they decide. And if they shut you out because you stop needing their approval, let the distance tell you something. Sometimes a closed door is not rejection. Sometimes it is the removal of an audience you were performing for without realizing it. Think about it. Now you can hear your own thoughts again. Now the question becomes less about whether they believe in you and more about, are you willing to keep believing in what you were given? That is where faith gets practical. Faith is not only believing God will eventually hand you an outcome. Sometimes faith is continuing the work while there is very little external reinforcement. It is taking another step when nobody is impressed yet. It is respecting the vision while it still looks unimpressive from the outside. It is understanding that purpose does not become illegitimate during the stage where only you can see its shape. God does not need a committee to authorize what was placed in you. That does not mean every idea you have is divinely guaranteed to succeed exactly as imagined. You still have to use judgment. You still have to adapt. You still have to learn when something needs refinement, redirection, or a different strategy. But there is a massive difference between adjusting the goal because wisdom gave you new information and abandoning one because somebody else's indifference made you insecure. Know which one you are doing, all right? There are people who would have quit everything meaningful if they required applause during the earliest stage. A lot of important work looks small before it compounds. A skill looks ordinary before its mastery. A business looks questionable before consistency creates proof. A new direction looks risky before the old direction becomes obviously too small. Do not despise the stage where what you are doing still requires imagination to understand. You are building evidence. Let time participate. And while you're doing that, allow your goals to belong to you. Not to the people who ignore them, not to the people who laugh, not to the people who only became interested after other people started noticing. Your work is not revenge material. Your success is not a presentation designed to embarrass whoever underestimated you. That still leaves them standing in the center of something that was supposed to be yours. Move them out of it. All right? You don't need no squares in your circle. You are allowed to want what you want because it gives your life direction. Because developing your gifts matter. Because becoming competent matters. Because creating something useful matters. Because there may be people you will help, employ, teach, encourage, inspire, protect, or provide for through something that currently exists only as a goal in your head. You cannot always see the full reach of what you are building while you are building it. Purpose often extends beyond the person carrying it. That is another reason not to allow somebody else's lack of enthusiasm to stop you. They may be ignoring something that was never meant primarily for them anyway. Your work may belong to rooms you have not entered yet. Your ideas may be useful to people who have not met you. The opportunity may come through someone who has no history with the version of you the other people insist on remembering. You do not know how far one disciplined decision can travel. So keep your attention where it can actually produce something. If somebody refuses to see you, stop exhausting yourself standing in front of them waving. Turn around. There is an entire life in the other direction. Keep working, keep learning, keep making decisions that respect the future you say you want. And if the support eventually arrives, receive it without forgetting that you learned how to move before it did. Your goals matter. Your work matters. Your desire to build a life that is meaningful to you matters. Not because everybody around you understand it, not because somebody finally applauded, not because people who overlooked you eventually admit they were wrong. It matters because you were given a life, gift, choices, imaginations, and the responsibility to do something with them. If God placed something on your heart that keeps calling you forward, honor it enough to develop it. Let other people deal with whatever your growth brings up inside of them. That belongs to them. Remember, that is not your assignment. Your job, your assignment is to stop asking people who refuse to see your vision for permission to keep building it.
End of message.